Hi, I'm Nadia, and welcome to another episode of House Proud. Today we feature Mr. Wayne Nasralla, another gentleman collector who specializes in collectibles and antique restoration. We'll show a number of his pieces that he's collected over the years, as well as his restoration process. So don't go away. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back. With me is Mr. Wayne. Hi, Wayne.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay.
Welcome to House Proud. So you're a collector and you have a zillion and one pieces in your house. How did you get started?
I started going to antique fairs when I was really young and just picking up a few pieces, and it just went on from there.
When you say pieces, from what? What to what?
I started collecting knives, then it went on to bottles, and then stamps and coins, and it just continued and continued.
But why that fascination?
I don't know, I just always like
Old pieces. So you're famous for restoration in particular. And I know later on in the show you're going to show us exactly how the hands-on with that. Other than collecting though, what else do you do for a living?
I actually manufacture furniture, new furniture, and I also restore antiques and other pieces of furniture. I make furniture from scratch, or if you see something in a magazine and you want it built, I will build it.
What's one of the oldest pieces that you have collected thus far?
One of the oldest pieces is a sword. It's from about 1640s. Yeah, and I have coins which are a little bit older, from like 1400s.
How do you know what pieces come from which century? Where do you get that information from?
A lot of the information I get off the internet, or I have books which I'll research it. If I can't tell what something is, we'll send it away. And when I get the information back, I actually log it.
Right. Well, I'm really excited to see the other pieces that I haven't seen so far, and I'm sure you guys out there are waiting patiently. So let's head on inside.
Okay then.
Wonderful. Oh, so where do we begin? Wayne, well, okay, this particular piece here, is that considered an antique?
No, this is not an antique. This is a reproduction of an antique. It's a one-arm sofa. It's made of mahogany and probably about 20 years old.
20 years. Yeah. Oh, one of my favorite. I just have to sit in this. I love a rocking chair. I mean, you don't see rocking chairs with such detail anymore.
Yeah. This one is from about 1910, and this is King George on it. And it's carved and it's made of birch.
This piece you were telling me earlier is, or was a cupboard?
Yeah, it was a wardrobe, and we took off the sides and we put on a top and made it into a coffee table.
With these drawers. So where do you get these from? These little...
Yeah, we buy these in Jamaica. They're ceramic. Yeah.
Oh, and look at your brass collection.
These are a collection of old bells. Yeah, all of them.
Oh, they're all bells?
Everyone is a bell, yeah.
They make music.
They're all dinner bells.
So back in the day when they summoned for eating, dinner time, they would just do a little...
Yeah.
Oh. And they're all made of brass.
Yeah.
Is this a piece of antique here too?
Yeah, that's a piece, about 1840s. It's mahogany as well, that's Jamaican.
And what would they have used a piece like this for? To display items like this?
Yeah, this would be a side table or a small tea table where they'd serve tea on.
Wayne, tell me a bit about this piece now that you use to
This
display.
is what they call an old kitchen wagon. This would normally be in the kitchen, and the pots and pans would be under there, and also placed on here would be the kitchen utensil.
Well, you have quite a number of, little nicks and knacks here. One in particular, these bottles, and I noticed throughout you have quite a collection of bottles. Is there any piece that you have that you can tell us a bit of history about?
Okay, I have one here, but it's a broken one. It's an old Jamaican bottle. It's actually Edwin Charlie, Jamaica,
Spanish
town. Normally it would have a top that would have a marble in it, and when the pressure goes in, the marble seals it. But because it has a marble in, children find them, break them off to get the marble out. If not, it would have been quite a rare bottle.
So tell me, how much would a bottle like this cost now with the marble and everything intact?
With this writing on it, we've not found any that is intact, up to $1,000 US.
$1,000 US. You hear that, folks out there? Don't be throwing away Edwin Charlie bottles, you know. Might pay your rent. And then we have little teapots. You have a nice collection inside too of teapots. Soup spoon? A soup ladle?
This is a wine ladle.
A wine ladle.
This is from 1740s, and how we can tell that, it has the coin in here. It's a silver coin dated 1740, so you can know how old it is. It's sterling silver with an ebony handle.
Cute. Oh, look at this. What was this? Water? Coffee?
That's for coffee. That's actually Russian.
A Russian piece?
Yeah.
In what? Sterling silver?
No, it's actually silver plated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on over now to, I think this is your silver collection?
Yeah, this is silver. Some is sterling, some is plated. There's different pieces here. These are silver plated, and these are sterling silver.
So, I mean, what would one use these little
Those were
trinkets
actually
for?
used for salt. They would put salt in it with a little spoon,
Right.
and it would be in that glass sleeve.
And this what would be for what?
Same thing.
Same thing,
Yeah.
salt. Cute. Ooh. Should I take this in my car to protect myself? What is this piece
This
now?
is an old Gurkha knife, which was used by the Gurkha regiment who fought in England, in India.
What about the piece that is housing all of
This is a mahogany piece. They call it a dumbwaiter, and it 3 shelves. It's made of mahogany, and it's about 1830s.
1830s? Well, there's still more for us to see inside, and wait till you guys see what's inside. Believe me, a lot to see. Follow me. Wayne, you're really a collector. I don't know where to begin. You take the first piece. This. What was this used for?
This, it's a crumb tray. Normally, if they had crumbs on the tray, on a table, they would normally scoop them up into this.
Actually,
Yeah.
that particular piece over there is nice.
This one?
Yeah.
This is an old English piece. It's called copper luster. It's ceramic, but it's made to look like a copper.
Copper.
Yeah. It's like from 1900s.
Is this real crystal?
Yeah.
A wine.
Right. Yeah. Decanter.
decanter. Oh, and look at the little spoons you were telling us about.
Yeah. Those are salt
For the
spoons.
salt
Yeah.
spoons.
And this uses salt.
Right. What was this piece?
This is an old wall lamp. This would go on here, and then a candle would go in here.
Right.
It's on a spring, and as it burns, it keeps coming up. This would have had,
What would happen? What would have happened to the wax?
the wax actually goes down and collects into this container here, which goes through these holes and then goes down there.
And obviously it went on the wall.
Yeah, it went on the wall like this, and it would have had a glass shade around it.
This is quite pretty.
Yeah. This is an old Chinese vase, probably around about 1890s. You can tell it's old because you see the crazy.
Yeah.
It's so small.
So that's how you identify something old, but
Yeah.
nowadays they're doing techniques like
Yes,
this.
you
with-
can. But if you run your hand along it, you can feel it's actually smooth.
Smooth.
The other one you'll feel
Rough.
rough.
Gotcha. What about this piece?
Okay, this is a center.
Unusual.
Yeah, it's a centerpiece for a dining table. Would go in the middle of dining tables and then put a flowers
Like a
inside.
vase or
Yeah.
something on top with flowers. Your beer holder?
Yeah, this is how the bottles would come. Some of them never came with bottoms, and that was the holder for them. And then they put in like that.
And this is what, silver?
Yeah,
too?
that's silver.
I like this. This is like a little jewelry
Yeah,
box.
it's a jewelry box. It's made of mother of pearl in little pieces.
I love elephants.
Yeah, this is a money box. They normally put the money in there, and it would flip up into there and go down into the hole.
Okay, cute. Is this for wine or water?
This is for water. It's actually made out of camel skin, and they would put the water inside there, and it would keep cool from the leather.
Well, these eggs, I know pretty much nowadays especially, everyone is collecting, you know, what are they, marble?
Yeah, these are
eggs?
marble egg, marble, quartz, and they collect them all different sizes, shapes, colors.
This has a different texture to it.
Yeah.
The sound in the troops,
Yes,
or
that's,
to announce to your wife that you're coming home.
that's what it would have been used for the troops, and it's made of horn.
I'll give you the honors. I want to hear
I
it.
don't think I can blow it.
And then, well, we have a little brass set
Yeah,
here.
those are Indian brass, handmade.
Wayne, you told me that one of the first pieces you ever collected was a knife.
Yeah.
Is it in any of the collection
Yeah,
here?
this one. This is a First World War German knife, what the officers would use. They would use it to eat with. When they're finished, just put back in and put back into the uniform.
Wonderful. And look at this piece, heavy.
Yep, this is quite an old one. It's from 1640. It's English, and it was used by the infantry.
On God. This particular piece, Wayne, I like it, I think, above all the rest because, you know, I love the elephants. So the legs are created with the elephant's trunk and ears. But tell me, what are all these different, the pattern in it? What are these different pieces? The birds are made of something.
Okay, the birds are made of mother of pearl. Yeah, some of them are missing here. These are actually ivory, which is also inlaid, going the whole way around. These are Indian.
Well, I mean, we could be here all day going through all the little fine pieces. But guess what? I really want to get into the restoration process. So when we come back, you're going to see Wayne and I getting all dirty, fixing up one particular piece of antique. So stay tuned. Wayne, so is this the piece that we're going to restore?
Yeah, this is the piece we're going to restore. It's an old day bed.
Hi, and welcome back. Wayne is here to show us the hands-on of how to go about restoring a piece of antique. What is this, first of all?
It's an old day bed. Somebody's brought it in to be restored. We've actually put it together already. It was in pieces.
Pieces when you got it?
Yeah.
Whoa. How old is this day bed, you think?
This is about 1840s.
1840s
Yeah.
piece.
It's made of mahogany.
Well, I'm really excited. I can't wait to get down and dirty. So let's go at it. What do you want me to do?
Okay, we'll start off by washing it down. Yeah, we'll wash it down with thinners, and then I will let you have a go at sanding it with some steel wool.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool. done pretty much the steel wool part
Yeah.
of it, right? What comes up next?
Okay, what comes up next, we would take some thinners and wipe it down to take off any grease or stain that's on there.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is regular paint thinner that you're going to use?
Yeah, this is a regular paint thinners, which same again, up and down the grain.
What happens if you go against the grain?
You tend to scratch it, not so much with the thinners, but if you go along the grain, you get out all the wax and anything that's actually in the grain.
So we've applied our thinner and
We've applied our thinner. Where we have the damage that we restored, we're actually going to sand it down a bit to make it smooth.
smooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
These two pieces there.
Okay, let me show you. Here you would, same again, you'd go up and down with the grain. What we do now is apply a light stain
You just added that to the thinner.
to the thinners, yeah, because the stain actually is too dark.
Right. So that to dilute it a bit.
Yeah. This is a lighter stain, which where the damages are not, we'll actually put it into the white of the grooves. Okay, now this would be prepared for a sealer to go over it, which we would put on the same process, mix it with the thinners, and actually put it on by hand.
Okay. So you don't have to wait for anything to dry, but then again, thinner evaporates.
No, the next process you would, the sealer, you would wait for it to dry.
Okay.
What you would do before you put on the sealer,
What is that?
this is a stain which is a little darker. If you notice, like here,
Yes.
okay, that's now prepared to put the sealer on.
What is the sealant made out of, or do you know?
It's a cellulose, which is really waterproof. In old days, we would use a French polish, yeah, but this is actually, it's a more modern way of finishing. We still do the French polishing. It's a little bit, takes a little bit longer, but this is more waterproof. It actually protects the furniture a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay, now what we do, we call this a polishing ball. Yeah, and we'll put the sealer on, and then same again, up and down into the groove. And then you repeat this process 2 more times, and then you do a final, which is a lacquer, which is a little bit different. If you find an area that still has a little rough edge, this can still be steel wooled down,
Okay.
and then,
And
you,
then you can.
you go over with the sealer again,
Right.
and then the final thing, same thing with the lacquer.
So we understand we need to wait, put on 2 more coats,
Yeah.
and then the lacquer on
Yeah.
top of that. All right. while we still wait for you to continue doing this piece, I'm sure our viewers want to know how to cure chi-chi.
We use an insecticide, which we either can be sprayed on, injected, and sometimes fully immersed. If it's really bad, you need to soak it completely. Because you can treat an area by spraying, but you're not getting straight
Right.
into the wood.
So I mean, if you have a piece like a chair.
Yeah. Well, I could show you on this. If you look around here, there's a hole here where we would actually inject into the hole. So you know it goes all the way. And we also can spray, yeah, which is the same liquid which you would spray the whole thing. And you would leave it for about 15 minutes and then dry it off.
As we can see, this is just amazing. This is the piece before restoration. And just to give you an example, on the post opposite, what it looks like upon completion. Wayne, just give us a little bit of a summary, what we have done so far to get the daybed looking like this.
Okay, first we would restore it, make sure it's strong, fix all the dents to how the customer would want it. Then we would actually treat it for termites, if there was any termites. Then we would steel wool the whole thing down and wash it off with the thinners. When it's completely washed off and free from grease, then we would put on a sealer in 3 coats, and then do the same with a lacquer, 3 coats, which is hand polished, and then we put in a beeswax, rub in beeswax, and then we put on a orange oil or a lemon oil. And this is how it will
And
look.
that's it. Ideally, how long does a piece like this take for you to restore?
Something like this would take a day. Yeah, restoration would take a day, and then the refinishing would take a day, so 2 days.
Why is it so important for us to keep our furniture intact, looking good and preserving it?
Well, we're not going to get these again. A lot of these stuff have been thrown on the houses.
Would our furniture pieces, whether it be out of wrought iron or you purchase it in a furniture store, can it one day become an antique like this?
Oh yes, in 100 years' time, it will be an antique.
Give me some tips. Give our audience some tips as
Okay, with mahogany furniture, antique piece, once a month you use a wax or a lemon oil or orange oil, which is better. You rub it into the grain like once a month.
Just once a month?
Yeah. Apart from that, a damp rag, and you just dust it down, and then once a month you do it. Too much wax will build up, and you lose a grain.
Is there any particular cloth that we should be using to dust our furniture?
The normal chamois, the yellow one, or an old t-shirt. The cotton, anything
one.
cotton, yeah.
Right. Wayne, thank you for
Okay.
bringing me into your home and showing me this process from furniture pieces, antiques to restoration. I've learned so much. And I hope you guys did too. Very educational program today. Well, it's that time again, and I have to say goodbye. But until we meet again, may God bless your home. Ciao for now. Do you know what this is? This is an old iron that was used back in the day, and they would put coals in there to heat it up. Yeah. Hi, I'm Nadia. Join me in my next episode of House Proud when we feature Mr. Wayne Nasralla, collector himself as well as expert on restoration. See you then. Might learn a thing or two.